Okay, we are ready to go. Hello, everyone, and welcome to the 145th One Nation, One Planet, One Race for World Peace for Tuesday, November 24th, 2020. This is a broadcast of the Keshe Foundation Spaceship Institute Education Department and part of the Public Teachings in English. My name's Rick Cremond, and I'm one of the hosts today, along with John and Mark. And I believe we're ready to go with today's presentation from the Universal Council, brought to you by members of the Universal Council. And I think, Moshfek, are you directing things today here?
I think Sweta is starting, so we can go ahead with that.
Yes. Get that ready here.
Okay. Yes, I am Shweta Anwar, UC Hindi language I represent. And as Rick always says, my dear Rick, hello everyone in this beauty and totality of one planet, one nation and one race for world peace. Peace is the most important thing for any interaction. My dear ones, my dear beautiful souls, welcome to the beautiful energy of the foundation. Welcome to the beautiful energy of the Universal Council. Welcome to the universal community, because we are all universal souls. So, I am going to read these beautiful words to all of you, my dear ones. Through the beauty of the soul of diversity of the language spoken in planet Earth, all souls are as equal, and all souls are as creators as they are created in the image of the Creator. And the Creator loves us all in equality, always. There is no separation ever. It was our physicality, we manifested that. The separation we manifested. We should be in the oneness forever. Thank you very much. Salam, namaste, salute. Thank you. Rick, the next slide, please. Okay. Is anybody going to read Moshfik?
I think Azar is speaking here.
Okay. Okay.
Good morning, everyone. This is Arza UC Farsi. Yesterday, we had the Farsi language, usual public teaching. And yesterday was a very special day since all the languages, all the UC members, all the UC supports were present. And it was beautiful to see that how everybody was connected. It was amazing to me to see, you know, when people from different, doesn't matter what language you are, what color you are, what religion you are, when they get together, they just, everybody just feel comfortable with each other. They have something to share, they have something to say, they become friends. And as, you know, we were going through the whole meeting and people were there and people talking, I realized when we see we create a country the way we created our system, and actually it's so funny to me now because our perception of each country is according what the media or television or like a newspaper say about other countries, and in actuality we've been like filtered from the reality of how each of us are. I mean, how is everybody is connected to somebody else. And actually this is really big eye-opener for all of us to see the connection to the soul is so easy. And if we can connect, and I mean, physicality, you can connect, but soul is so much easier. And then if we put the whole media and everything aside, we already are connected. And when Mr. Keshe says, one soul can take everybody, uplift everybody, elevate everybody. And I'm not surprised because we are a web of all of us, everything, a web of one. And actually the whole cosmos is one. And this, the boundaries we created is all made with a small group of people. And there is no difference between any of us. We all get connected. And I have to tell you a story. This story is not a story, it's a real thing happened. And it was a few years ago, and it really shows the same thing, how our perception is being convoluted by things we see by media. It was a few years ago, actually, my brother Hassan went to a gathering and there were this Jewish couple. And when my brother said he's from Iran, and if you remember, it was a few years ago that there was an earthquake in one of the city in Iran that almost the whole city, it was a very small ancient city, was destroyed. And this Jewish couple, they were older, they were telling my brother that their daughter with their son wanted to go, they just got married, they want to go have a tour of Iran. And before the couple leave, they were worried because their perception of how Iran is, where Iran is, how people are, was what they heard from TV. So what they did, they were preparing the children how to just keep safe when they go to Iran, where to keep their money, how to talk to people. They were preparing for it. So they were putting their money in their socks or here and there. So anyway, these couples, when they went to Iran, and then unfortunately they end up in that city at the wrong time. So the earthquake happened, they were there. And unfortunately the guy died. But the girl who was injured really, really badly, she was transferred, I think, to one of the hospitals in Tehran. And they really, all the doctors, all the specialists, and she had a lot of broken down bone, a lot of injuries. So really took care of her. So when the parents went there, she was really well taken care of, and the parents were so grateful, and the doctors were there. But the funny thing was, they want to pay for their daughter hospitalization, and doctors, they didn't accept a penny. And these guys were telling my brother, we are stunned at the way we saw Iran and the way we look at Iran through the eyes, the window of our eye, the way we were before, the way we heard Iran is because all information we have is through the media. So when people go in actuality and see other people, everything is changed. Everything is different. So it seems if humans open their eyes and reach to each other, not through the channel of the governments or media, because the governments and media, if you look at them, they're only a handful. There's not really many of them, but human beings, so many of them, and so many of them have so much love in their heart, and they care about each other. Even when I came here, when I came to this country, I was only 21, but there was politically, I was very aware. I was very, because of revolution in Iran, I was more, I was like, in terms of politics and understanding, I look like a 40 years old. So right from the beginning, I could see even the political party in the United States is just a game. They created a show for people, Democrat and Republican. And then right then I could see 4 years, this one comes and pocketed the money and get fat with the money. And then the next 4 years, another one comes, and that's the game. They don't even give a damn about anybody. And one of the very, very obvious example of it, even election of Trump, President Trump, 4 years ago, when he got selected, 4 years, for 4 years, Democrat, all they did, try to impeach him, try to badmouth him, try to destroy him. And now I was thinking, if you really care about people, and they spend so much money in Staten Island right now, a few weeks ago, they spent $100 million only for two candidates, one candidate against another one. This is what Democrats spend. So the question is, if these 4 years, Democrats had come and they spent all the money, everything they had, spent on the public, do you think after 4 years, people would be blind to see it and vote for them? Of course, they would vote for them. But the only thing is, everything you see, all humanity is just be controlled by just a few up there, and they just have no power, absolutely no power, because money doesn't bring power. With money, what they do, they bring fear. They bring anything to cut that connection of love that already exists in human heart. That love exists in all of us. And with the snap of a finger, that love is being connected. It's just like a web of light. It's like a spider web. You know how you can stretch it? When you meet someone, you really get connected. Even when you go away from them, that connection is stretched. You're always being connected to that person, no matter where you go. Because we don't see it in physicality, but in reality, everything in this is a mesh of like a web, like everything, just like one body. Even the whole cosmos, if you look at the whole cosmos is one human being. It has the same organ. Every organ is another solar system or another universe. That's all it is. So we understand this, and we don't be afraid to step out and just connect with that love in our heart. We really can make beautiful things happen, but just the only thing holds human being is just the fear of, if I'm being safe. You're only going to be safe when you just start recognizing other people. Because a lot of people go to the mosque, to the church, to the synagogue to pray for their own well-being, their family well-being. But first thing we have to do, the first thing I do every morning, I pray for everybody else. Because if everybody else get well, I get well as a consequence of it, because there's no other way. Why should I pray for myself? I send 100 trillion prayer every single day to every single human being on this planet. Because I know if they get well, I'm gonna come up. Because we are that connected. But if I pray for myself and my family, I get well, and other people are not well, I'm not gonna be well. You think having a home or this and that is being wellness? No, it's not a wellness. There's so many people have so much money, but they're not well. I can give you a lot of examples of a lot of people who are really, really rich, but they're miserable because I'm living in an area that is all of them like that. And unfortunately, a lot of these people have kids and they raise them in a way, they become somebody in this politics and they become like a sick people who run the countries and they really destroy everything. This is the story of our planet. But then if we wake up as a human being, when the number is really high, it's not only a few of us, we are a lot of people. And we connect with our souls to other souls and bring that love to each other, we can really magic. We can create things that are beyond our imagination. Because none of the things you see in media is truth. I can sit on a Jewish person, a family table and eat with them and laugh with them and talk with them and share stories with them. The same way I can do with Christian people, the same way I can do Buddhist people. I can be with anybody. It doesn't matter to me. And we all like that. And everybody's like that. Thank you.
Azar, can I add something on this one, on what you just said?
Sure.
Good evening, good morning, good afternoon. I'm Stefania, the Italian language representative. Yeah, I mean, today you just remind me. Today I was looking through the Telegram chat and someone posted a video from Denmark, and it shows that in Denmark all the people get together and they all start to manifest against a law for the pandemic, where they start to really restrict people's freedom in different ways. And it was really great because they all get together and they all for 9 days non-stop. They start to use just pens and pots to make noise. And they went where the parliament is and they just make noise. They want to just the government do a step back a little bit. And because of course, maybe many citizens, they will not agree to the new law. And they continues for 9 days. And miraculously, the government had to give up and cancel the law, don't put it in action. And to me, connected to what you said, sometimes the guy that presented this video said that it was not mentioned in any media and was not mentioned in any, even alternative media. And he said, but this has really showed sometimes the power of the people or the power of the media, because it was quite a big protest, but was not shown anywhere in any newspaper or television. So that showed sometimes the power of the media. And then it shows also the power of the people. They managed just with pots and pots and I don't know, spoons or whatever to make like a noise, and for 9 days, and they managed to be heard. And the government had to follow what the people wanted. And this is what it's all about. The government is there to represent the people. And so it was a very beautiful demonstration how the people, when they connect together and when they share the same vision, we kind of invincible. We have a quite enormous power. So that's why we not should be afraid, because there are so many of us. And like you said, we all share in a ground where we all want peace and a normal life, and look after your family and your friends, and just do on normal days. So that was for me very. It just reminded me that I just want to share it because I thought it was very going online with what you were saying now. Thank
yes,
you.
Estefania, I'm familiar with Denmark because my sister and my nieces live in my niece lives in Copenhagen. I actually she's part of it, and she posts these things on a Facebook and stuff, and I see it, and absolutely right, because you don't see any of these information in the media, and they don't even cover it. But what they actually, what I started to do, I go I take 5 minutes on each channel on TV on a US channel, and I see listen to them, and all of them they're lying, and all of them doing a panel and they lie and lie and lie. And this is when you see, I mean, you see one channel is talking about the other one, and then it's just amazing to me how they just use, because they have the money, they have bought all this system, and they run the show, and they don't think we even exist. And their reality doesn't even match with our reality, because we were far ahead. Because one of the stupidest things that because when President Trump got elected, actually I was laughing, because I think to myself, my God, these people, they're not aware that the reason none of them, because Trump wasn't a politician, was just a businessman. None of them understood why Trump got elected, because people are tired of those two people, those two Democrat and Republican. They haven't seen anything from each of them. So they select somebody, maybe somebody brings some change, but still they're blind to everything. And this blindness of these people actually is going to bring them to the destruction. Because if you go back to history, every empire that came, they got really big. At the end, the destruction was created by themselves. And that's the destruction of all these people who are ruling right now. And I can see it clearly. They dig in their own grave with their own hand, the way they're handling everything. That, as simple as that.
Yes, because you can see this repetition in history, and there is a say, I don't remember if in Italy or in England, but they say the clever plan never lasts. And you can see the repetition in certain behaviors, and I think people are not stupid. So we get in there, we getting more knowledgeable. Like, for example, yesterday, it was amazing. I was in this Telegram Zoom where we're all connected. The main things, actually, the time was not even enough, because it took very long time to really between us to introduce ourselves and share who we were and what we wanted. And then we needed like another 2 hours to really share knowledge, because everyone wanted to know what the other group were doing in order to learn from each other's. So it was very beautiful, this sharing knowledge from different culture. So I think we're getting there, people getting together. And I felt, for example, very strong, very powerful, just being there. It's like, for me, it was like I could touch or I could feel this power, because it's like when you are in many friends or you are with many people, you naturally, even if nothing happen, nothing say anything, you naturally feel more safe, more no fear. Just be present, and it was already a big things for me, and it was quite addictive. So I really would like to, keep up doing this. I know that every languages share the same wish, that we all want to get together and learn from each other's, so we can learn from each other's mistake and not repeat things twice. So there is a lot benefit out of this. Yes, so thank you for sharing this.
And I actually I kind of recommend that we do this kind of thing either in each language, like everybody goes, you see member with all the knowledge seeker with that language, for example, Brazilian to, for example, Italian, do that, or allocate the day once a month, all the knowledge seeker, we call it world I don't know, world public teaching, something like this. And then everybody comes there and people connect, and like, it's going to be a huge number. If we at least do it once a month,
this one,
that would be
also,
great.
Also the teaching of today, Azar, the teaching of today, I always see for this, like instead to, for example, I think as Universal Council, we present quite a bit. So I think maybe now is time to get the people they're listening right now, because what's the difference between today and yesterday? Maybe yesterday somehow people were more comfortable, maybe because, you know, maybe some of us are shy or whatever, but yesterday we had definitely more interaction. Everyone was talking and sharing. I think this can be done even weekly in this platform. Like, for example, we can do every week here in this platform, and then we got each other's language, because the beauty of going, for example, in the Farsi teaching, it's like if you go into Iran, for example, you feel in the language, you listen people, you know, when yesterday, for example, you talk, sorry, I want to say Iranian teaching, you talk in Farsi, so just listen, you and other people talk your own language, and listen, you interact in your language. That is, I found, is very, it's like if I get to know your country. So the different public teaching in different language, I find them very useful. So people have, for example, if you come on Wednesday to the Italian teaching, you have the Italian flavors. You see how the Italians think, how the Italian, get together to do. And then we see the Farsi, so the Iranian teaching, so you get their background of being, then the Portuguese. So all these are very, I think, definitely. And if to this we can add what we're doing today, or One Planet, One Nation, and somehow keep what we're doing in different public teaching of different language, somehow put it here. So, for example, maybe this is something come up to my head just now. Every week we got different language teaching, so Spanish, French, Italians, Farsi, Portuguese. Maybe on Tuesday we could use this platform where we kind of share what we've been teach to each others during the week. Sorry, my phone went. So for like idea could be this, where on Tuesday we all get together and we recall the week. This is just an idea of all different languages. Yeah, I thought. So we can do every week instead of every month. I, for example, I have a lot of things that as Italian community we want to know about other groups, and today also we got all the simultaneous translation happening as well. So is once a week where every knowledge seeker from different languages are able to listen and be translated in their own language. So there will be direct exchange. Yes, so as I said, for example, as is Italian group, we for example, we are still getting organized on making the translation in Italian. For example, the live translation I'm doing right now it's not at a good quality yet. So we had to put on hold. So for example, I'm translating live, but it's not recorded because we're not organized enough to have a good standard for a new person who look this public teaching. So we don't want to, so we can learn from other people how they organize this in a better way. So we can share this here. So if anyone's got idea or suggested to give it to us, how to organize this, we can do it here. Or another things we doing now, there is a knowledge seeker called Giuseppe, and he did a calendar. So we did like a calendar where we put on this calendar the things need to be done. And then, so what happened to us now, and I make this, I say this now live, because if there is any Italian knowledge seekers that speak English and speak also Italian, is really wanted, you can get in contact with us. Because we try to get together to guarantee a good, we can translate, keep up with the new knowledge and be translated in Italian. So we need definitely more translators in the Italian community. And so then another things we are doing, we try also to revision all the health teaching of Mr. Keshe, because we found that if we have the health teaching Mr. Keshe translated in Italian, that also can be very useful. So this is what we're up to now. And in the meantime, we try to keep up with the new stuff. So we have a group of Italian, they cannot do live translation, but they can from the things already write it in English, they can Google translate in Italian, and then we have someone who check them. So at the moment we're doing this, but we also try to find a way how to get the machine in Italy. So we were thinking, why we don't do a chat in the Italian groups just for the enhancement unit in Telegram. So we were thinking different idea, how, if there is anyone out there, Italian knowledge seekers that would like to have the machine in Italy, if is we try to find a point where you can go to and get information, so we can also, for us to know how many people they want this. So but if any other group or any other different languages has got any suggestions to give us to organize us better for the translation and for the enhancement unit, we are welcome to listen now if they want to speak. But my wish would be to use this platform to really refine ourselves and be open with every knowledge seekers that they want to come in, or anyone who want to give suggestion, or so. Yeah, I don't know if I went around.
I want to add something. Can I, Azar? What you have said. Hello, Azar.
Yes, please.
Okay.
This is not my platform. This is everybody's platform.
No, you have said so beautifully. So my soul needed to ask you. I don't know, but it is. So it is. So I want to add that in India there is a word called ahimsa, non-violence. They use, and in the name of this non-violence, the Mahatmas, the Swamis, the Gurus has committed gruesome crime of genocide, of violence. So they highlighted the word violence using the word non-violence. And like the war, if there is a war, then there will be a peace. So this is copying a word like civilization doesn't make people civic. You have to follow the plan of the creator that was forbidden years, eons ago. We forgot that. Now it has appeared again. You can see in this foundation, in this energy, beautiful energy, you can see the visible, the technology, the mechanism of the creator in the lens exhibition, the enhancement unit, the elevation. This is here. And this was from the one world that was eons ago. We are one when we are, because the soul is one always. So we were one always. And this is where these small group of parasites fail. When they try to elevate, to again they corrupt everything. Again they corrupt every level. And then the creator sees them nothing to do with their physicality, and their soul vanishes in thin air. So this is how they failed, and our soul worked. Those who loved for humanity, those who loved to live in a civilization, in the true human nature we are. As as yesterday, in the Iranian, even in the North American teaching, we in the Iranian North American teaching, that was beautiful, sharing our views and wish. And in the Iranian teaching yesterday, I didn't even felt that I was in different, I was sitting in a different language people. What they were saying I already know. I can hear them without any language. So this is what we are with each other. We are always in love and share with each other. These few group of people, they shout and we go for them. We have to understand in the soul level that we are peaceful people. We are peaceful being, as we were eons ago. Maybe we have incarnated many times, but now this is the purpose. This is the purpose. This is the way we have to go. We have to walk with the ethos of the creator. And how we can learn this? We can learn this from the ethos of the Keshe Foundation. So here I add, don't listen to these parasitic people. They have no soul. They are only physicality. They are trapping everything. But then the soul breaks free in the free will when it says I am, and connects with all the souls in each and every cells in the body and in the universe. So this is what I want to add. Thank you very much for letting me. Thank you.
And also, thank you, Sweta. It's very nice. I really love the way you talk. It's very nice. Yes.
Thank you.
I agree
Thank you.
everything you said. I also, my wish will be, but these and other things I would like to request. I don't know if it's possible. For example, especially after listening I've seen the video of Denmark. My wish will be if maybe sometime, I don't know if we can do today, if we have time today, or maybe next week, but revisit what Mr. Keshe asked us. Mr. Keshe asked to learn how to make the rings in case of different vaccine. He mentioned last Thursday when when Gatwa of the Universal Council supporter asked again how we could do this to support people who they maybe for one reason or another they don't want a vaccine. So for those people who they don't want a vaccine, in case they come to extreme and they have to be obligated against their will, how can we support them to feel safe?
Excuse me. No,
sorry.
we won't be discussing any vaccine type
No.
comments or anything, because there's new policies now with the with YouTube, and they can take down our channel if we put in what's called COVID-19 medical misinformation, and anything that is against the WHO's medical information, or is anything about their treatment, prevention, or diagnostics, or anything they say, then that means they can take down the video. And if they take down the video several times, then they take down the entire channel. So we have to be very, very careful. As of a few days ago, we've had a video taken down. So we have to be very careful. And I was just thinking before you even said that, I was going to talk about this and show the things that you're not allowed to show on YouTube. And the same goes with live stream, and the same will be going with Zoom as well quite shortly, because they are now also censoring people from saying things and so on and so forth. So this is
Rick,
pretty important.
can you go ahead and show us this before we continue, so at least everybody sees what?
I think that's a good idea. Sure, I'll do that. Let's have a look at that now, just so we're clear on what can be discussed. This is still has to be
Thank you about that. Thank you.
We still have to go through this with the administrators in the Keshe Foundation, but this is it's a hot topic right now, so we might as well get into it a bit here. So just a second here, I'll share a page from, this is from YouTube, and this is when you go and it's in the YouTube policies, and this is part of the, well, I'll go back to the YouTube policies here. And so we have these different policies and practices and so on. And there's various categories. There's, for example, spam and deceptive practices. There's sensitive content. Spam includes anything that's false or different scams and deceptive practices, basically know what they are. Sensitive content includes nudity and sexual content, things about suicide or vulgar language. Then it gets down, there's one for regulated goods, which is policies on featuring firearms or sale of illegal goods and so on. Then there's the violent or dangerous content area. And there's a harmful or dangerous content policy, violent or graphic content policies, violent criminal organizations, hate speech policy, harassment, and cyberbullying. And then there's a new one they have called COVID-19 medical misinformation policy. And we don't come under most, if not all of these, except we did have trouble one time with the video. The One Cup, One Life video, when it first came out, got deleted by YouTube as well. And it was under the harmful content because it showed, a treatment. So we go into the COVID-19 medical misinformation policy. And it says, it's the safety of our creators and viewers is our highest priority and so on. So it says YouTube doesn't allow content about COVID-19 that poses a serious risk of egregious harm. YouTube doesn't allow content that spreads medical misinformation that contradicts local health authorities or the World Health Organization's medical information about COVID-19. This is limited to content that contradicts WHO or local health authorities' guidance on treatment, prevention, diagnostic, and transmission. It says, note, YouTube policies on COVID-19 are subject to change in response to changes to global or local health authorities' guidance on the virus. This policy was published on May 20th, 2020. What this policy means for you. If you were posting content, don't post content on YouTube if it includes any of the following. Treatment misinformation, something which discourages someone from seeking medical treatment by encouraging the use of cures or remedies to treat COVID-19. Claims that COVID-19 doesn't exist or that people do not die from it. Content that encourages the use of home remedies in place of medical treatment, such as consulting a doctor or going to the hospital. Content that encourages the use of prayer or rituals in place of medical treatment. Content that claims that a vaccine for coronavirus is available or that there's a guaranteed cure. Claims about COVID-19 vaccinations that contradict expert consensus from local health authorities or the WHO. Content that claims that any currently available medicine prevents you from getting the coronavirus. Other content that discourages people from consulting a medical professional or seeking medical advice. Prevention information, that was all under treatment misinformation. Prevention misinformation, content that promotes prevention methods that contradict local health authorities or the WHO. Diagnostic misinformation, content that promotes diagnostic methods that contradict the local health authorities or WHO. Transmission misinformation, content that promotes transmission information that contradicts local health authorities or WHO. Content that, all of these are things you do not post content on YouTube if it includes any of the following. And we're down to transmission misinformation, and then also content that claims that COVID-19 is not caused by a viral infection. Content that claims COVID-19 is not contagious. Content that claims that COVID-19 cannot spread in certain climates or geographies. Content that claims that any group or individual has immunity to the virus and cannot transmit the virus. Content that disputes the efficiency of or efficacy of local health authorities or WHO's guidance on physical distancing or self-isolation measures to reduce the transmission of COVID-19. So that's pretty much the part of that. Now they say under educational, documentary, scientific, or artistic content, we may allow content that violates the misinformation policies noted on this page if that content includes context that gives equal or greater weight to countervailing views from local health authorities or to medical or scientific consensus. We may also make exceptions if the purpose of the content is to condemn or dispute misinformation that violates our policies. This context must appear in the images or audio of the video itself. Providing it in the title or description is insufficient. And it goes on. Examples. Here are some examples of content that's not allowed on YouTube. Denial that COVID-19 exists, claims that people have not died from COVID-19, claims that there's a guaranteed vaccine for COVID-19, claims that a specific treatment or medicine is a guaranteed cure for COVID-19, claims that certain people have immunity to COVID-19 due to their race or nationality, encouraging taking home remedies instead of getting medical treatment when sick, discouraging people from consulting a medical professional if they're sick, content that claims that holding your breath can be used as a diagnostic test for COVID-19, videos alleging that if you avoid Asian food, you won't get the coronavirus, Videos alleging that setting off fireworks can clean the air of the virus. Claims that COVID-19 is caused by radiation from 5G networks. Videos alleging that the COVID-19 test is the cause of the virus. Claims that countries with hot climates will not experience the spread of the virus. Videos alleging that social distancing and self-isolation are not effective in reducing the spread of the virus. Claims that the COVID-19 vaccine will kill people who receive it. What happens if content violates this policy? If your content violates this policy, we'll remove the content and send you an email to let you know. If this is your first time violating our community guidelines, you'll get a warning with no penalty to your channel. If it's not, we'll issue a strike against your channel. If you get 3 strikes, your channel will be terminated. You can learn more about our strike system here. And if you go to that link, it designates exactly what happens when you get 1 strike, and then you get 90 days. And if you get another strike within that 90 days, then that goes on your record. And if you get a 3rd strike within the 90 days, then your channel is automatically terminated. So this is a pretty serious situation, you could say. And there's a lot of ifs, ands, or buts in that page as far as
Rick, ma questo vuol... sorry,
so I'm going to put the link in the chat so that people can have a look at it themselves and make sure that you know, everyone should be aware of this, so that we're very careful in what we upload so we don't lose out on, for example, the YouTube channel for the Keshe Foundation, which is being threatened right now from all this. Sorry, go ahead, Stefania.
Yeah, knowledge seeker, Italian knowledge seeker just asked me now about what about the old videos? What about, do I have to change them, or if there is anything they're going against whatever is written here? You know, the past
This
video.
is the thing, which video doesn't go against it in some ways, because there's so many, you know, so much teaching that we have in the Keshe Foundation in all different languages and so on and so forth. It's all about solutions. It's all about having alternate technologies that are being brought in, that are working technologies. But this is the way the censorship is going, and if they do not wish to, it's not so much YouTube that's the problem. The problem is there's groups out there that would like to shut down anyone that has an alternate vision, such as, you know, doctors groups and that kind of thing. So if they hear or see something they don't like on YouTube that seems to go against their wishes from the WHO, then they just let YouTube know, and they let them know that we have a staff of lawyers that is ready to, you know, put a lawsuit against us if we have to, and, you know, against YouTube, but we prefer you take it down now yourselves. And bingo, that's what YouTube does, because they'll jump when lawyers are involved. Same with live stream. We've had our live stream channel taken down because some lawyers, you know, that were hired by a pedophile decided to put pressure on us, and the whole channel went down instantly. We didn't even have a chance to argue the case. So this kind of thing can happen. So I'm not sure what the guidance is going to be from Mr. Keshe and the administrators at the Keshe Foundation, but I wanted to put this out there just to let people know that there's pressure right now for this, and I don't know how far it's going to go. Do we have to take down videos that we've already published and publish them in a different way or on different channels so we don't get them all taken down at once. Or I don't know what the solution is right now. We haven't had enough discussion and input on it.
Yes, it's tricky because we want to give support. We're here to support each other. But of course, we have to just focus on what we can. So definitely it's helpful to know what we cannot do, so we can focus on what we can say. I'm sure we can find a way to still supporting each other by being within the policy.
Yeah, we might have to find new ways of using our language, for example, to make it clear that that we're not putting out misinformation. And part of that might be maybe we have to talk about this policy or show it before we even talk about anything with the Keshe Foundation, and say that, we recommend people follow the recommendations of the WHO and the local health authorities and so on and so forth, to give them validity and then launch into whatever we are going to talk about. I'm not sure what the procedure is going to be, or some sort of what they call a disclaimer. You might have to put a disclaimer in that the following information is our personal opinion, and that we value the recommendations of the WHO and the local health authorities who have the last say on this matter, whatever, some way to make it technically defendable, literally in a court with lawyers that would say, look, we put this disclaimer in that says we agree with the WHO and we agree with the local health authorities, but we have this to add to the content, add to the knowledge about this.
The good
Do
thing
it in a way that's not threatening to these authorities, the medical authorities.
The good thing is that we were into space technology and we focus on space, and the WHO in space. So we have to kind of
that's a good point.
Focus on the space technology and just think about if we go into space. So definitely there is no a policy similar to this one. So maybe focus on what we originally are. No, we just talk about space technology and how can we enhance the human race in space. So I think we are in a good. This is what I like about the Spaceship Institute. That at the end of the day, we think about the future when we're gonna, join the universal community. So we prepare to that.
Well, that's actually a really good idea. If we say, before we say anything about the technology, we always say, this is not for humans on Earth. This is for humans in space. And everything we say is for use in space. And that's our disclaimer in a way. And it's true, very much true. It's designed for use in space. There's spin-offs for humans on Earth as well, if they're smart enough to use it. But it's designed for use in space. And you're right, it's out of their jurisdiction. It's the WHO is the World Health Organization, not the Space Health Organization. So it's not their jurisdiction anymore. And I think that could be a beautiful solution in itself. We still probably can't say certain things, but it puts it in perspective that that is our main focus. And that's what Mr. Keshe's focus has always been. And we as humans tend to apply it more for our planet and our this and our that. But it's really for use in space, and not just for humans either. It's for other beings that might be part of the universal community as well, because they're universal principles in what he brings forward. So, yes, perhaps we just have to keep reminding people as we bring out the information that this is space-based organization and it's space-based technology, and this is for use in space. So if the WHO is listening, then don't bother, because this is out of their jurisdiction. This is for space-based technology, not for human-based technology, or for, for Earth-based technology.
Also, Rich, we talk about viruses in space. We never talk about viruses on this planet. So
Right.
That's what I was going to bring up. Aren't there
Like-
plenty of viruses to discuss in space, or what we
like
call
the
packs?
SD coronavirus, which is super duty coronavirus, the one that's really strong, much stronger than the one on Earth. The one in space is far harder to deal with, and that's why we have the space technology to deal with it, like one cup, one life. So, and it's, in a way, I mean, we have to change our own mindset to get into that mindset that it is for space, and that we are getting ready to go to space, and perhaps some of us are going to space already, because it is a mindset. It is a possibility with or without a spaceship. And either way, there's entities that need to be dealt with, and solutions for virus energy packets. Well, Mr. Keshe calls more like energy packets than viruses, what we call viruses on Earth. So if we all sort of maintain that mindset of going to space, and that's what this technology is for, and the rules of planet Earth, some of them apply, but not everything is applicable to space and to the technology that would be used in space. The whole way of doing things might be different in space, let's say, and might not have the laboratories and time available to spend a year or two to develop vaccines for a particular virus and that kind of thing. So in any case, well, go ahead, carry on from here, I guess. Is there any other discussion on this medical misinformation? Is it kind of clear to people? They can go to that page, which has been posted, and have a look at it and see how it applies to the kind of things they talk about. There's a couple of things that really stick out for me, and I can maybe go back over again. The part about don't post content on YouTube if it includes any of the following. Content that encourages the use of home remedies in place of medical treatment, such as consulting a doctor or going to the hospital. Or content that encourages the use of prayer or rituals in place of medical treatment. So if we were to say that, connecting with someone's soul and elevating them from a distance to achieve some kind of healing environment, you would also have to encourage the use of medical treatment or encourage someone to go to a doctor to have their symptoms checked or whatever. I don't know, some way to cover the idea that you might be encouraging someone to connect with their on a soul level to achieve some sort of healing condition. So these are the fine lines that we are up against here, and the impingement of essentially a censorship. And you can see why, in a way, they've gotten a lot of really bizarre things coming in from, a lot of people have said strange things. One video is alleging that if you avoid Asian food, you won't get the coronavirus. I mean, that's, you can imagine having, if you were YouTube or Facebook and had thousands of videos coming in, encouraging people to eat or not eat Asian food as a treatment or preventative or whatever, then it would be kind of hard to deal with. So they just make sure they cover all their bases, and anything that has anything to do with the COVID-19 that is not directly from the WHO is suspect to them. And not that they take down such things automatically, but they do take it down if there's a complaint. And that's the big thing about it. And of course, there are groups and individuals that would love to try to take down the Keshe Foundation and Keshe Foundation YouTube and live stream and that kind of thing. So this is what we have to be cautious of.
Because of exactly because we are Spaceship Institute, even in we have to just get around together or be more aware when we talk that we refers only always to space technology. So even when maybe we said that we connect the soul level, and maybe again that is for space to be able to enter, prepare the body to enter to the universal community. So that healing is to prepare it, maybe without the word healing. So we have to just kind of, refine the way we talk. But we're very lucky because we're space technology, and I don't think many other people. We're lucky because we talk about space technology, as you said, is not for her. I mean, it's for her to go into space. So I think we were lucky.
And you're right. Where I just said the Keshe Foundation, I could have said the Spaceship Institute instead, and that frames it. Instead of defending the Keshe Foundation as such, it just says it is from coming, the teachings, the public teachings are actually from the Spaceship Institute, the Keshe Foundation Spaceship Institute, not directly from the Keshe Foundation. So it's easy to say Spaceship Institute instead of Keshe Foundation, and that sets the frame when it's translated in black and white in text, which all the YouTube videos eventually are, they have the text for it, so they can have a look and see what was said and make their decision whether it was against the rules and that kind of thing. The pictures and videos are more important, but the text is important too. And if they see Spaceship Institute in the text instead of Keshe Foundation, or along with Keshe Foundation, like Keshe Foundation Spaceship Institute, then it's more effective. It sets the tone for the following information as coming from the Spaceship Institute, which is a space-based organization doing space research for space purposes.
So where, Rick, would the gift of the scientific report fall in?
Well, that's a good question. It's again, it's a space-based technology, and a lot of it was in regards to that, talking about viruses in space and that kind of thing.
But Rick,
um,
that scientific paper actually proves that what we were talking about. So that one, if that's their problem, they don't accept it, they don't want to read it, or they want to research it themselves to get to the validity of it. So that's for them to decide.
Well, the paper itself is published on a website, which is different than on YouTube or live stream or Zoom or whatever.
And I think,
But if you were to bring up that paper and discuss it in one of the workshops, for example, then in theory you would have to post something that talks about referring to the WHO or your doctor, local doctor, when it comes to medical advice and so on and so forth. You just have to frame it in a way that, as they say in this policy, you have to balance it. When they say they allow content that violates the misinformation policies noted on this page, if that content includes context, it gives equal or greater weight to countervailing views from local health authorities or to medical or scientific consensus. So you can have something that violates the information policies. It could be saying that, COVID that has a solution to the symptoms of COVID or whatever. But you have to give context that gives equal or greater weight to the views of your local health authorities or to the WHO.
And who decides that?
Well, the lawyers do that, put the lawsuit against YouTube and says, I want this information taken down, basically. And if they decide, well, they don't like the information and you didn't frame it properly to make it look like the WHO information is more important and is superior and, has to be given that respect. Say that, all medical authorities are a bunch of idiots and they're not doing their job or something, then that's going to be against the WHO's recommendations. And technically they could say, well, you're putting out misinformation and have that want to have that video taken down. Then YouTube has to look at it and actually say, okay, they said such and such here and they showed such and such here. So if you show a health unit and you claim that this person got healed by it and healed of either their cancer or their coronavirus or something, then that's an issue. It's showing a technology that's not promoted by the WHO and not promoted by the local doctors or whatever, and that can be a problem. So
yeah, it looks like book burning or a paper burning. This is a very slippery slope, and these platforms, when they got their charter, had agreed to full free speech, and now it's 180 degrees.
Well, they didn't quite agree to full free speech. No, there's certain things you weren't allowed to do and still not allowed to do. Violent things, all kinds of stuff you're not allowed to do. And this is part of the previous censorship. This is the additional censorship. This is the modern censorship, is through the COVID-19. This is just a way to control through the medical, information and so on. And that's
Right. So there's cases, I think, coming where they're going to be considered to be a publisher because they're stifling free speech rather than an open platform.
Yeah. And because they're afraid of lawsuits, you know, there's some very powerful lobbying groups out there regarding speech. And if you talk about certain religious groups or certain religions, then you will you'll be shut down because they're so powerful that just a word from their lawyer group to any of these media organizations is enough to send shivers to them. They don't want millions of dollars of lawsuits, let alone billions. And this is what can happen. So they're all running scared. This is the thing about it. And they transfer that to taking down people's accounts. There's many YouTube stars that have had their accounts compromised or taken down recently just because of their use of that so-called freedom of speech. So those
somehow,
platforms, a lot of people are jumping platforms to other more liberal type platforms, but of course then you get into the issue of they're liberal, and so you get everything under the sun thrown in to that you have to deal with yourself, to censor yourself, to be able to even get through all the crap basically that they throw at you. So yeah, go ahead.
Yes, this is very beautiful because it somehow brings more light and meaning on what we're doing. It just makes me have a better understanding why in space there are no governments or there are not, why, just underlight more the way, the right way, on the sense that, we talked many times that in space, there is no hierarchy, there is no government, there is not even, cannot even write. We're gonna telepathically communicate with each other through feelings. That is the beauty about what we are learning now, that all this, like Mr. Keshe said, it will become obsolete because we're gonna work through sensation and everyone will be transparent. Everyone will be, you cannot lie, it will be shown directly on your energy fields. This is my understanding, no? I'm learning this. So this is the beauty. I understand more and more why learning about the space technology really sets you free, because you will not have to spend, think about these poor guys, how much time they must have spent to write this and to make sure that I mean, they must have, I suppose they're doing it in goodwill, and also how much time they have to spend now to check everybody. I mean, it's really is like a Stonehenge sometimes when you think about how much time and effort is put into checking each other's and to make sure everyone doing what some people think is right. And the beauty of this, of what we're learning now, all this will be irrelevant, because once we learn how to use our soul, and once we learn how the universe works, all this will just fall like a castle of cards. Because we don't even need to use computer. We will not need to write. We just can telepathically communicate with each other's. That's why we got this 5 pillar, because everyone, we will not need to. This is really waste of time, isn't it? All this will be unnecessary. So I can wait. It just confirmed more that we're in the right track.
Hi, everybody. Just a comment for WHO, who sends people to doctors and we had a lot of doctors who died and the nurses, and it's still going on. And how does it answer that when he stops any other solutions? So.
Well, Marinez, once again, it's not up to us to question the WHO here and their methods and so on. And this is part of what we have to be self-centering in order to carry on. And instead of being critical of the authorities, in a way, we have to show our solutions for space, because these authorities aren't out in space. They aren't there. So we don't have to worry about the WHO, do we?
No, I don't worry.
We're a space-based organization, so therefore, in a way, they are transparent or don't exist for us. But we still have to have the ethos of the way it works in space. And that part of that is to have respect for the local people and the environment and conditions where we find ourselves at the same time, which happens to be the WHO. So we have to have this delicate sort of tightrope balancing act to keep them happy and keep us happy at the same time, to have freedom, but at the same time doing it in a way that makes them feel like they're getting what they need out of it, the security and the goodwill, you could say.
Rika, I like the initial as well. WHO also mean who. I really love that. I love that it's written. If you read it, who, because before you said it, I was looking around. I was saying, who is who? Who? I was thinking about W. I thought it was ironic. That's all. I just want to put this. But yes, yeah. I think, as I said, we're lucky because we are into space technology. So, and this, it just underlined the importance of we need really embrace the universal, how the universe work, because it will save us a lot of time and we'll have, instead of spend time in this, we can actually enjoy life. So I can see more and more as being a very good solution.
Right, about 20 kilometers or so should do it, Mr. Keshe said.
"20 kilometers? Sorry, I missed that.
Above the planet, nobody can touch. It was just a proposal he made.
I didn't understand what you mean.
Well, I think he means basically you're in space at 20 kilometers. Is that what you said? I think at the 20-kilometer mark, you're basically a satellite rather than part of Earth. So you're in space, and therefore the laws of the land of planet Earth don't apply to you anymore. So maybe that's an interesting idea. What if Mr. Keshe shows us a flying car, and the flying cars are so luxurious in the future, near future, like the Tesla cars are bigger, and you can live in them, and you are living at that above the 20-kilometer mark. You're essentially living in space. Now, if you were broadcasting to your other friends in space, would you be against the censorship rules of planet Earth? And how would that apply to space, whether the international, it's more than international, it's universal, or at least solar system, if not galaxy. So yeah, Fred says space restaurants 20 kilometers from Earth, where you can eat with your friends and not be censored. Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, in our teaching, this is very important point, because in our teaching, we can also say refer to the 20 kilometers, refer to that area. Said, what if 20 kilometers above the Earth, this, give a window of freedom, of space where we can talk, but we have to refer to that space when we're talking about space technology.
Yeah, interesting. In a way, we're already broadcasting from space, because that's where the signals go to satellites and back down from the satellites to be broadcast and so on, from cell towers and all that. So we're already space organization broadcasting from space, so I don't see how they can censor us anyway. But they will. So
very good.
As Barbara says, we need a space station and broadcast space technology.
Rick, hi, it's Dean here. Can I just quickly say that we already are in space. The Universal Council and everything we do is based around our thoughts and intentions. Everything that we've spoken about this evening, or you've spoken about today, is it's matter state. It's a condition that's brought to us on the planet Earth, but it's in the matter state condition. We're talking about the Universal Council and all the members, all support members. The whole foundation is based around, as you said, a space organization. It's thoughts and intentions, it's soul travel, it's on another level. Doesn't matter who you mention, whoever they are, it has no relevance, because you can only change yourself. So when you actually go deep within inside yourself and live in a very peaceful, beautiful way, and project that forward with peace and love with everybody, you're gonna become a universal traveler anyway. You do this every evening when you sleep, as we all know. So our thoughts and intentions are far more powerful than any matter state being who decides to overwhelm us with their the matter state conditions. We have within us, within our galaxy, within our sun, within our body, our Magrav, we have the ability to do and be anything that we want, and to travel unlimited. We're unlimited. Why we suddenly being limited by somebody who says something in a matter state condition? It does not exist into a being that's a universal being. It's irrelevant. It's like a universal being that has no physicality would just walk straight through this conversation as if it didn't exist. And if you start thinking like that and positioning yourself like that, it does not exist. So we need to start thinking positive thoughts again, and everything that we've ever done within the foundation that is always projected in a beautiful way to elevate your soul. So let's just elevate the souls of these entities that, like we have been doing in the past, elevate the souls, elevate your soul first, your own soul, and then start space traveling. We do it every single time that we close our mind. Close our mind and allow our soul to be free. And we can do this at any moment. You could do it right now. There's no limitations on your thoughts and intentions, no matter what the matter state dictates to you. Once you actually become very peaceful and just exist in your thoughts and intentions, there is no control other than your own thought. And your own thought you can be at any point in any place in space or even on a planet. That's entirely your own decision. So let's start this conversation with the beautiful thoughts and intentions of the Universal Council, which has always been to elevate the soul of mankind. There are some souls that in physicality that need elevating right now. And I know we've done this in the past, but we can still do this once more. And we can start to move and position ourselves in a beautiful way that doesn't matter about YouTube or any of them. I know we broadcast around the world through these channels, but the channel is you. Your thoughts and intention reaches across the unicos, from an atom to a universe and beyond, back to the creator. So this tiny little speck of dust and all the little things that happen on this little speck of dust are fairly irrelevant. Even though it's a beautiful speck of dust, it's irrelevant to the whole totality when we start looking outside of just this planet. And as we said, once we start space traveling, there is no control, and that's all within you right now. Thanks, guys. Speak to you soon.
Very nice, Dean. I think that the entities that such as YouTube and other medias, I think that they sense that the benevolence of the work that comes out from the Spaceship Institute. So I think they know there's some goodness there, and that's probably why our channel is kept up for the last 6 years or whatever in YouTube without being taken down. That benevolence always comes through, that the wish for helping others and so on.
Yeah, it's giving, Rick. And when you start giving, as we all know, you receive more. We're working in a non-matter state condition. We're a plasmatic fields of our our very being, and we're emanating that out across the unicos. And remember, our universal family are here and watching and supporting. And as we all know, there's a big party about to happen if it's not already happened. So let's just realize this. This is just a few insignificant matter state situations. You are free the moment you set yourself free, and you can do that in this very moment. The choice is yours.
I put this image up because it came from Dean as a video, actually, and I thought we could play it, but I do see Danilo has a hand up here, so perhaps we could hear from Danilo first, and then I'd like to just play this video. I think it'd be a nice transition from all the YouTube stuff that we've pretty much kind of looked at and covered for right now. And Dean is right. The less we focus on that and focus on our mission, the better off we are. So on that note, Danilo, would you like to go ahead?
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yes.
Hello, everybody. It's a pleasure to be here. And my name is Danilo. I'm from Brazil. And I'm just wondering if we could have a meeting, informal meeting, maybe once a week, for we to talk freely, for we to connect people all over the world, with no classes, only people talking, sharing knowledge, experience. Because I had experience like this once, and it was amazing to talk to people freely.
Oh, sure. There's you can open up a Zoom channel anytime you want and invite people to it and talk as freely as you wish. You can organize that and get people to come from all languages and so on and so forth. There's also private teachings in many of the languages and private teachings in the student portal for just that kind of thing, so that people can talk freely and it's not put out into the public. That's kind of the purpose of the private teachings. But otherwise, you can use a Zoom channel, and it's pretty much not censored on Zoom at this point. Or Telegram might be another way to do it. But you can't be broadcasting to YouTube, for example, because that's public. And that's a whole different situation.
But we cannot do it officially by the foundation. Have like maybe a 24/7 room which everybody can join and talk freely and share knowledge, like friends.
There's no one to run that. You would have to have at least 8 hosts to run it all 24 hours a day. And people have to be committed to it. And then you have to have the broadcasting facilities. Those people all have to have good computer systems and high-speed networks and reliable and so on and so forth. That all has to be organized. There's no one to do any of that. I barely have time to run these workshops, and I can't find hosts to do them and so on and so forth. It's not so easy. And there's hosts that do the private teachings, and they're full with trying to do that. So we need more volunteers and more people to do it. But anyone can open the Zoom channel. It doesn't have to be under the Keshe Foundation. The Keshe Foundation also already has about 8 or 10 or 20 different Telegram groups for every language, and groups for all languages, several groups to include all languages, where people put in whatever comments they like in those situations. It's not live talking kind of thing, which I guess is more what you're talking about.
But I think I cannot share my link on the official Telegram room, because it's not an official meeting. Is it true? I have to talk one by one.
I think you can.
What do you mean official meeting?
Sorry.
No.
The Telegram groups have administrators, admins, like Mr. Keshe is an admin in several of the groups. But it's not talking, it's just comments in the chat, like typing them.
I think if I create my room, they will not allow me to share my link there with the other knowledge seekers. For example, in Keshe Brazil community Telegram room, because it's not an official Zoom meeting of the foundation, maybe I'm not allowed to invite people on the Telegram Brazilian. I have to do it one by one. Maybe.
But Danilo, if I think like Rick just said now, no, if you don't have to be from the Keshe Foundation, what you could do, you are knowledge seekers, that you have the initiative, because I've been in this Zoom called Universal so far, really loved it. So because you seems quite enthusiastic to do this, so you just open your own private Zoom, like in Italy. I cannot do for the things that just Rick said. Everything that is public is gonna go on YouTube, and then you have problems of the things you said. But if no one said no to the fact that you're doing, like here in Italy, when we want internal Zoom or private Zoom or something that doesn't go in iCloud and become public, you can open a Zoom with ID. And circulate that ID on the different chat, and just say what you said. This is a platform for people to interact. Now I'm not a technical person, so I don't know now if you can leave the platform always open, but it could be just a platform where everyone can just join any time of the day. Maybe for this one, maybe we don't even need a host. Like I don't know if it's possible, but I don't know if you can leave this platform open. No, you need a host to keep it open. But what I'm saying is, once you work out how to do it, you just leave it there, and maybe everyone can have access, and everyone who wants to have a chat or chat with someone or about anything. So don't have to be all KSSI, can be, I don't know, because we talk about space, can be UFO sighting, whatever, because I understood you wanna have a platform where you bring people together. And you want to do it in a certain way. So I think you can do it. The only things that Rick said just don't have to be public, like something that been going and recorded on YouTube's. I think that is the only difference.
Yeah, I understand.
And this makes you be more relaxed, because I notice now that I'm translating live by not recording because the quality is not good of what we're doing at the moment. I'm more free to talk because I know it's not going to go live. So it's got its own benefit. So because we already have a lot of public teaching, like today is a public teaching. We do exactly what you want to do, where people get together and talk and sharing knowledge. So, but it's public, so we have to just focus on the space technology. You can open your own private, everyone can do it, Zoom ID, and then it's not public, so we are less restricted, we're more free to make mistake, or so it's people more relaxed.
Are you aware of the private teachings, Danilo? Do you know about them?
I am.
Are you a student
I'm probably
now?
gonna join the next year.
Right. Well, that's where, if you want to talk about different things or join different groups with different topics as, a point of discussion, that's the place to do it. There's many groups that are dedicated to particular topics, and I'm sure you'll find something of interest where you can talk with people on a particular topic that they already know something about it, and you can take it further that way. If you get all the knowledge seekers around the world in one group 24 hours a day, then there'll be every topic under the sun, and everyone will want to talk all at once, and there'll be people that'll be arguing and all that, and you'll have to have someone there as a mediator to keep people apart and keep people together, and so on and so forth. It sounds good, but try it. Try it. See if you can handle having a group and having 20, 30, 50, or 100 people interacting all at once, and with any topic allowed, then it could get quite hectic. Anyway, but it's fun to do.
I think I know what he's talking about. I think he wants more something that is not
something informal, to strengthen the friendship.
You know what? Send me to Telegram. Send me a text. I will help you to arrange it. I know what you're talking about. We can arrange it. And that actually we can become something really big. It's no problem. Just text me something. I know what you're talking about.
I need your name. I can find you on One World Family.
I'm gonna yes. I'm gonna put my name in a text.
I pass to you, Danilo. I give it to you now.
Okay. Thank you.
I pass to you now.
Thank you.
Just to clarify, my point here is to strengthen the friendship between the knowledge seekers.
Yes, I understand. I know what you're talking about. Actually, that's not a bad idea because we're getting to different level.
Yeah, I think so too. And if it's not public, we're more relaxed.
That's the point.
It's a platform where we can make mistake, or we can, it's like a valves, when you take out pressure things,
And
So why would it have to be under the Keshe Foundation banner then? In that
no,
case?
it doesn't. It doesn't have to be Rick. It doesn't have to be under Keshe Foundation banner. If they want to create a Zoom, and everybody wants to talk about anything, because maybe this way we unlock some potential in some people who are looking for something. Something doesn't have to be under Keshe Foundation Zoom. They can just come in. Knowledge seeker can get into this. Like we can create something once a month. Anybody can come into this Zoom meeting and talk about anything and anything, anywhere. And we can also translate. If the different languages comes in, we can translate.
Right. Barbara mentions the free Zoom. The free Zoom account's only good for 40 minutes in a row for.
No, but I have the paid version of Zoom. I can do it for hours.
Well,
so
that's
thank
a good
you.
Idea.
That's my idea. I just want to build some bridges across the world, because we lack us some informal meeting, just friends talking. It's awesome to do it.
Yeah.
And Danilo, can I say your job? Can I say your job, which is your job?
Yeah, you can do.
Yeah. So Danilo is also. So I met Danilo from the Universal Sofa that he invite me and Mary to talk about the soul, and it was great. I really enjoy. And matter of fact, it went for 4 or 5 hours. And people continues joining. When we thought it was finished, people were joining. But Danilo is a taxi driver, and in England, I didn't tell you this, Danilo. I want to tell it to you, but I tell you now. In England, there was a taxi driver who had a camera on his taxi, and he started to interact with people, interact with people from internet, maybe, and maybe we can find a way to do it so that we don't upset anyone. And plus, you have the guest. He sometimes would include the people who were in the taxi to the chat. And other time, when he was waiting for a job, he would then interact with the crowd. They were listening, and it became quite a figure that after a while, famous people wanted to get into this taxi. And people loved his simplicity, and he didn't have any fear to say anything. And it kind of you can tell the person was speaking, the truth. So you could tell. I mean, this was my impression. You could tell he was genuine. So he became quite famous. So you never know where things goes, So yeah. I just want to share this.
Thank you, Stefania.
So thank you, guys. Just give me your name so I can contact you. Okay, thank you.
Okay, I'm going to put my name in the chat.
Okay, thank you. Thank you, Rick.
Just wondering too if it might be an activity that the Universal Council would like to kind of sponsor or organize as well. That sort of a 24-hour hotline, you might say, for people to communicate and just get together for friendship as knowledge seekers. As Barbara says, creating community and unity among people. Good idea. Okay, I suggest we have a look at the video from Dean here. It is about 20 minutes. I hope that's okay. Is that okay with the Universal Council, or is that interfering with today's workshop? I didn't realize it was quite so long of a video. But it is from Dean, so it is his contribution as well.
I think it's perfect because our wish from the last meeting was to get more interaction with the knowledge seeker. So I think it's good.
Okay, perfect. Perhaps we need this little intermission here too. Okay, let's go ahead with that. Let me make sure everything's shared properly.
Rick, can I just say that this is just explaining some of the teachings from the foundation and a bit of a personal experiences that have been going on over a period of time since I've interacted with the knowledge and interacted with my soul on a level that before I came across the Keshe Foundation, I didn't have the knowledge. I always knew from a very small boy that about many things. I felt many things, and I knew that I was connected in a way that is not always shown in society. So this just shows, as I said, some of the teachings, and is just a way of expressing some feelings about the universal community and the Keshe Foundation, and being a human being, and just being in a position to want to give, and being joyous on this planet and throughout the universe.
Perfect. Thanks, Dean. Okay, I'll play the video now.
Ah, da Muran Giuseppe in te.
Con la nuova tecnologia spaziale non abbiamo bisogno di prendere cibo e di assumere medicina. Ogni malattia può essere maneggiata nello spazio, registrando nel campo del corpo. Questa unità è chiamata Universal Body Enhancement, che significa il corpo corregge se stesso. Se tu hai fame, siedi nel sistema, si pianifica per il cibo e rilascia energia che hai bisogno. Una volta che tu entri nel sistema, ti dà ogni cosa che tu hai bisogno. Il sistema lavora con il sistema interno del corpo umano e dà ogni cosa che il corpo necessita, che può domandare. Mangiare, cibo, tutto nello spazio come virus, e noi possiamo estrarre virus dal corpo umano, virus che abbiamo oggi. Questo è ciò che noi chiamiamo Universal Body Enhancement, e da adesso l'uomo non dipende dal mangiare cibo, dove possiamo trasferire energia direttamente nel corpo, come fa il cibo digerito dentro lo stomaco del corpo per la digestione. Questa è la vita nello spazio e in molteplici possibilità l'inizio di una nuova era. Fuori nello spazio, senza cibo, senza malattie, senza materiali, per uomini che prendono lo spazio.
This is the new Universal Material Enhancement Unit. What it does, it works like Earth and the Sun, and inside it we can produce any material we need in a space. In a space we cannot take materials with us. With a new understanding of the technology, we can literally make what we need at the point of demand anywhere in the space. We can produce materials where the center works like a sun, and all the systems, each one tuned to produce one material. We can produce copper, we can produce zinc, we can produce any material we need at a time and a point of need and demand. And this is what the new technology is, the new space technology. Man does not need to carry any food, medicine, or water. We produce it anywhere in space. This allows the mankind to be able to sustain life for long-term duration anywhere in the universe. When we process, it produces whatever you need inside.
Hey, well, thank you very much, Dean. It's a lovely, peaceful video.
Thanks, Rick. Sorry, that I just realised the I don't know what's happened in the conversion or what, or something's happened, but that the quality of it is very, very down compared to what it was. The sound quality and the pictures are very, very low quality through the conversion of the video, which is a real shame because it is actually a lot more beautiful than that. Either the sounds and the pictures are very, very clear. This end, it's obviously something's happened. So hopefully another time I can show it in a clearer view. But the message is there. The message is
looked good from my end. It sounded good. Does anybody else have trouble hearing or seeing it? Was it not clear?
It was very low resolution, my end, Rick. I mean, like extremely low resolution. So I don't know what happened.
It was very clear and very good here, Dean.
Was it? Well, it's strange. Just on my phone, then it's extremely low quality on this end. So I don't know what's happened.
Could be an iPhone thing. Maybe there wasn't enough broadcast quality for proper iPhone use or something like that.
Yeah, I don't have an iPhone, Rick.
Oh, you're on computer. Sorry.
No, I'm not on a computer. No, I'm on a different.
But a smaller device like a iPhone.
But if the message got across and it was clear to everybody else, then that's good. As long as the message was clearly displayed, and as I said, it's just some experiences that I've gone through as a knowledge seeker, and through the journey that you went through. Then I took you through a little journey that I've been on personally, and then. It's just the interactions of the soul. They're continually happening on a daily basis now, where you, as with all the knowledge seekers, I think you get to a point where you understand that the matter state is a creation of your own reality. And it really is down to your thoughts and intentions and your wishes to space travel in your own dimension, literally as you speak and talk and walk right in these moments. You are creating constantly. And once you start to interact with that and understand those sort of conditions, and when you stay on that spaceship, you suddenly everything changes, and reality can be very beautiful. I think that's why the conditions and the environment that we're in were given in certain circumstances on this matter state planet are at the present time limiting. But as I said earlier, you can be unlimited just with your intention and your thoughts of taking yourself into another dimension. And you can all do it at any moment. It's not exclusive to anybody. It's unlimited, and it's for every being, every creature, every soul present in the universe and in the unicos. Thank you very much, guys, for listening to me. Hopefully we'll speak again soon. Thank you, Rick.
Excellent, Dean. Thank you for your contribution.
Thank you. Thanks, Rick. I'll let somebody else have a contribution now. Thank you.
Yes, I'll take you back to the regular programming now.
During yesterday's Iranian meeting, there were several Universal Council members as well as Council support members present. Anybody else from that group wants to share their thoughts on this concept of connecting knowledge seekers?
Hello. I want to share my experience that it was beautiful, very joyful, and as Doug has said in the chat, it was the sense of elevation is going on. Today, Dean has showed this beautiful video shared. Beautiful video, very beautiful. And yes, we are in the yesterday's Iranian meeting. It was wonderful, like elevation again happening. We are present in the elevation, and it is going on and on. This is my experience, and the barrier of language is also breaking down. We are feeling each other's soul. So this is what I want to share, Mashfiq, about yesterday's also. So thank you for asking.
I would like to mention that we did have a sharing in the chat earlier. Just trying to see where it is here. From Salamia. I think it's in the Q&A. No. Where was it? I saw it. Previous in the chat, I think. I have to scroll. There it is. She had put in the chat a link, and it says a poem for you, translated in English. So I thought I would show it since she sent the link, and I was hoping that maybe she could actually read the poem in her language the way it was originally, which would be nice, or maybe in both even. So let's allow her to speak. Hello, Salamia.
Yes. Did you want me to talk?
Yes, that would be great if you could.
About my poem?
Could you say your poem in your language and maybe translate it and say it in English too? That would be great.
Yes, I will do. Myself, my soul can express by poetry, by songs, by dancing. I'm a professor, but I'm also an artist. And I think that will be a good idea to enjoy our soul, the soul of the planet, by okay, I will just start. The sun set beyond tomorrow. From the great abyss to him, I will fly in my divine grace. Sun, promised goal, to him beyond imagination. Heaven will be there, new earth. That's where love kings first. Heaven will be there, new earth. Beyond tomorrow first. A love, a heart, one earth, as it was from the beginning. We are a heart on earth, flight, eternal rebirth. The source of the soul, heaven earth, source of peace, in freedom, the light of longing, heaven earth. She is the eternal reality. Missing star, Lucifer in Romanian is star. Missing star, from the sky. Just take it out with the light. He's a key to the mystery from the sky, to the darkness of you where candlelight always from soul, the flower of life in your heart. There is one God from soul, totality, my light. Love is a light, new sun. She doesn't stay here, stay hidden, gently perceiving your heart. New sun, oh, impenetrable longing. May your mind be enlightened. Sun, soul, oh, divine totality. Only with true love, sun, soul, the sun of love, of life, light. And now I will do in Romanian. I wrote it in Romanian. A soarelui sămânță de dincolo de mâini. Din marele abis spre el zbura voi în divina-mi grație. Soarele țel promis spre el, dincolo de imaginație. Raiul fi va acolo, noul pământ. I can do it, ok. Acolo dragostea e cea dintâi. Ok, I have to restart. I don't know what's happened because I just disappeared from my screen, but I have on my screen now. I hope you enjoy. Raiul fi va acolo, nou pământ. Acolo dragostea e cea dintâi. Raiul fi va acolo, nou pământ. Dincolo de mâine, mai întâi. O iubire, o inimă pe pământ, cum a fost dintr-un început. Suntem o inimă pe pământ. Zbor, dor, veșnic renăscut. Sursa sufletului, cer pământ, sursa păcii în libertate, lumina dorului, cer pământ. Ea e veșnica realitate. Dorul luceafărului din cer, doar cu lumina îl scoți. El, cheia misterului din cer, întunericului ce-l porți. Lumina candelei mereu din suflet, floarea vieții din inima ta, e un singur Dumnezeu din suflet. Totalitatea, lumina mea. Iubirea e chiar lumina, nou soare. Ea nu rămâne ascunsă, sfredelindu-ți lin inima, nou soare de dor nepătrunsă. Să-ți fie mintea luminată, soare suflet, de totalitatea divină, doar cu iubire adevărată, soare suflet, soarele vieții lumină. Did you hear me?
Oh, very clearly. Thank you very much.
I hope you feel it. Did you feel
Definitely.
it? And now I would like to make a chant in Sanskrit. Is a mother of mantras, and you can do it with me if you like. This will give joy to our soul and will bring peace in our body and on the body of the planet. Just listen to me, and my friend from India can do chant with me. Om. This is the sound of the sun, and the sun is our soul. We will become a sun if we will elevate our soul. Om Bhurabhuvah Svaha Tat Saviturvarenyam Bargo Devatsya Dhimahi Diyo Yonat Prachodayat Svaha. This is a mother of mantra, and it was revelated, it was written in the language of the divine. And in Vedanta, in all holy writings, is revelated the truth about the power of our soul. We can travel in the universe with our soul, the soul of mankind, the soul of man. Our soul is a big key to the mystery of the universe. The mystery of the universe is in our soul. We are the universe, and if we understand that between our interior and between our exterior is not any difference, we are the universe, and we have all powers. We don't have to be afraid of anything because we are powerful. Our soul is the totality. We are the totality, and we have to be connected in love as a unique soul, a unique heart at a unique beat with the universe, with the unicos. I love you very much. Thank you.
Thank you, Salamia. Thank you so much. You are a beautiful poetess and a presenter too. We were in the river of emotions with you. And as you said, a friend from India, a soulmate you are with me. I'll repeat as you said, as you wished, the mantra, the soul talking. I will say instead of the mantra, the soul talking. Om Bhur Bhuvasvaha Tatsa Vitur Varenyam Bhargo Deva Syadimahi Dhiyo Yona Prachodayat. This is an ancient soul talking from an ancient knowledge. Thank you, Salamia. Thank you for being here. You are a beautiful soul. Welcome. Thank you.
Namaste ji.
Namaste ji. Salam. Namaste ji. Yes, as Doug said, this is the Gayatri mantra, and this is a universal way expressing the soul. This is not only limited; it came from oneness, and we should be. We cannot see this as a mantra. It is a universal soul talk. Om Bhur-Bhuvasva. So this is it. I want to say according to my level of understanding, my dear Salamia. Thank you.
Dhanyavad. Shukriya.
Dhanyavad. Shukriya.
Wow, that was all certainly very lovely.
I hope you feel well now. I hope we transmitted you the pure love from our soul, and you feel that we are united now in love and peace. We have to believe in our power, inner power, and in the wisdom of the universe. Through our soul, we'll have access to this wisdom. So, in these days, we need love, compassion. How do you spell in English?
Compassion.
And, yes, compassion. And diplomacy. To deal and to speak to the soul of the people. Try to elevate the soul of the people dealing with media, because they are human beings. They have a soul, and help them to elevate their soul and to become our friends. This is a way to cooperate with them and try to change and to open their soul, because the soul is hidden there in the heart, and try to enlighten their soul. Try to speak with them, everybody, and try to change the soul of all people involved in controlling the planet. We have to control the planet in a wisdom and in a very, very loving way. To give to all the people the right to health, the right to education, the right to food, the right to clean environment. And plasma can help people. This knowledge of the universe can help the people to get all these rights. And not only the people, but also all the life entity living on this planet and on this universe, because the energy is infinite. And if we give love, we don't lose anything. We can heal the planet only by loving, by giving love from the universe. In universe, it's only love, and energy is love. All the fields is the fields of love, gravitational and magnetic and gravitational. It's love. We can call it the energy of love. We don't harm anybody, we don't commit any crime if we love people. Let's transform the war in peace, to create the planet of love and of peace, to transform fear in love, to create the heaven on earth, here on this planet, on the earth. We can do it only by elevating our knowledge, by elevating our soul, and make, after pandemics, a new world, a new, better world on this planet. Don't destroy this planet. We don't have to destroy any living, any human being. We don't have this right. We came on this earth just to create the universe on this earth, to project as a hologram the universe on this earth, because this earth, it's but one country, and we are the citizen of this country. We have to take care of this country. We don't have any house excepting this country. The planet is but one country, and we are the world citizen. We have to take care of each human being and to give her the hope and the love for a better life. There are enough resources on the earth for all human beings. There are enough resources in the space to give energy for all beings on this planet. We don't have to struggle to have hungry on this earth, because the space can bring us all what we need, all what is necessary. We don't have to fight to find limited resources, because resources are regenerable and they are enough for everybody. We know that matter is captured from the flow of the energy of the universe. And the energy of the universe, this flux, is infinite. Why we have to struggle for accessing limited resources? Because resources are unlimited. I hope that the leader of the world, spiritual leader, will understand our message of peace, love, equality between human beings, and they will open and elevate their soul and understand that they are also part of the humanity. We are brothers and sisters. We have a unique soul, and each soul contributes in unique way to elevate the soul of this planet, which is our house. Like our professor said, Mr. Keshe, that we have to build a house which protects us. And we have protection if all the people on this earth will contribute to the construction of this house. And the soul is like a house which protects us from unknown dangers. But on the earth and on the universe, we don't have dangers because we are the universe, we are the cosmos, and if we understand that we are all this which is around, why we are afraid? We don't have to be afraid of anything because we are everything. We are anything and we are everything. We are created from nothing and we go to nothing. But the totality is created from nothingness. So at the same time, we are everything and we are anything. Is no one entitled to take this power from us? Because we understood finally that we are one. We are one heart, like in paradise, like in heaven, and the heaven will be on this planet, and like is in Unicos. The ethos of Universal Council is the ethos of Cosmos, of Unicos. We don't have to be afraid of anything. We are so lovely. We have a beautiful and lovely power of loving. The soul is our treasure, and we have to take care of the soul, our individual soul, soul of physicality, soul of man, and soul of the universe. Soul will help us to be healthy, to be strong, and don't have afraid of anything. If our soul is powerful, because our soul is plasma, nothing can do anything bad to us. Just believe, and make always every Monday at 12 and at 6 o'clock, twice a day, put the intention of peace on the soul. Peace of the soul, it's enough to bring the peace of the earth. If each human being has peace on his own soul, will be so powerful and will be so happy, and we will love each other from the bottom of our heart, because we elevate our soul, and we get the peace of soul. Om Shanti.
Very well said. Thank you, Salamia.
Beautiful. I have to say, for some reason, the way you were talking, it went really good through me. Like, it's so simple, just so simple, like just fall in love. But somehow the way you said it, it really, I don't have words. It really touched my soul. You know, I don't have words because it make it so, listen to you, really make it so, why not? Lovely, and it's not bad things, isn't it? So we just want paradise on earth and just spreading loves. I'm speechless. Thank you so much. It's really makes something move inside. Thank you.
I love you, Stefania. I send you all my love, and I wish you to be happy, strong, and healthy.
Yeah, do you remember when Mr. Keshe also said you ask them to elevate you? Also, when you were speaking about, for example, the media, we can ask them to elevate us. And of course we elevate them, but also they can elevate us. But I just want to say this, but actually, it's the way you said it, everything you talked, it really went through. It was really amazing. Thank you.
God bless you.
Yeah, I love you.
Me too. It's not me. It was the divine which speaks through our soul.
Oh, wow.
I saw that Kaiten had the microphone open. Did you want to speak there, Kaiten? Perhaps not.
I muted it for him. I was hearing background noise.
Okay, but there's quite a bit of background noise from Salamia's microphone there.
Salamia, thank you very much for a beautiful presentation from the soul. I know I've once sung the musical scale to Mr. Keshe and ended with the word one. The ball that we saw in the picture, the ball of light, was that something you added? Is that something that appeared in the picture? Was that a reflection of something off the mirror? It looked very interesting. Would you comment?
I don't know. It was like this. Maybe it was the light of my soul. I don't know. I didn't notice. Somebody else took the picture. I had a big tourney in 3 countries, in Switzerland, in Germany, and in Austria in 92. And 6 months, I just think and dance for the European people, with people from India, from around the world, a team of artists, and we sing and we play and we dance for the peace. And Magneton Show, he received the prize for peace. Mr. Heller, it was his name. And it was for the peace, to bring peace on Europe. And maybe that's why it's this sign. I don't know.
Has it ever appeared before in your photographs?
Excuse me?
Has this ball of light ever appeared previously in your photographs?
Yes, it appears on the photograph also.
You can see in the mirror that it appears to be a flash It's probably the flash that came through, but it's in a very strange double kind of way in this picture. I've never seen something like that before.
Yes. Because we can see our thoughts. And if it's a thought of love, and it's from the soul, you can see. And there are many pictures like this. With our thought. Thoughts are, I mean, they are in the atmosphere, in magnetosphere, in the universe, and our ADN just is an antenna and capture all this I don't know, wave of love and of peace. Peace in the air, peace is everywhere. We just to capture this and to communicate. I love very much physics. I was in love with physics because physics explain, and astrophysics try to explain the creation of the universe. And after, I just realized that human being is a universe. And the creation of the universe is the same as the creation of the human being. We have to understand this from the plasma knowledge. It's simple. And if we understand this, we will not have afraid of anything. Never, ever. We have to understand that we are so powerful. Our soul is so powerful, and we don't know how powerful. We forgot all this. In old scripture, it was written that before a human being was able, and a human being from other planets was able to fly with a physicality and without physicality. Before I said maybe are only myth. It's a mythology. Because in India doesn't have history, just mythology. But the mythology is a reality. I just realized that all myths are real. And the science of this foundation, Spaceship of Spaceship Institute, just help us to understand how the universe works. What are the energy and the fields of the universe, and how we can interact with this universe at the level of our soul and at the level of the soul of man. Will not be mystery about anything in this universe, because the mystery is in our soul. And we receive the knowledge from the source, and the source, unique source of the totality, is a soul, universal, unico soul. Just we have to connect by purifying our soul, elevating our soul. We will receive all this knowledge. Only one soul will be elevated and his light will enlight, will be illuminated straight on our soul, and the wisdom of the universe will be our wisdom. Intelligence of the universe will be our intelligence. Everything on this universe is connected, is not connected because we don't have how do you say, interruption. Everything is linked. Everything is everything. We can't cut everything. And we feel this totality because totality is inside of us. When we go to sleep and we have dreams, we feel the totality from outside, but it's the same because we are inside and outside. Just if we wish to travel in the universe, we put this intention and we will be able to travel more than the speed of light, because our thoughts are the thought of the soul of the universe, and our thought can be in each place of the universe. Our thought can be everywhere. We have to understand this, because we are everywhere at the same time. But no, we are not aware of this. And when we wish, we have this power and this capability to collapse the wave. And this energy will just materialize, will be, I don't know the word in English because it's not my mother tongue, will be binding. The flux of energy is binded. And in this way, we create physicality everywhere where we'd like to be. It's like teleportation. Teleportation is possible. We are not crazy. It's possible. I did this many times. I did at the soul level. Myself, I couldn't till now to materialize and to transport my physicality in universe. I am a traveler at the soul level only. I hope that in the future I will be able to transport my physicality there, but I'm not sure I can do right now because I'm not very elevated. Through the knowledge, we will find this possibility to have the courage and to believe that we will be able to do it. If you don't believe, you will not be able to do it. But at the soul level, it's so easy. Every night we'll do it in our dreams. And when we dedublate ourselves, myself, when I meditate, very profound, I can see my physicality. I go out from the body and I see my physicality sleeping there, and I start to travel. My soul travel where I wish to go, where my heart wish to go or need to go. So I'll not talk anymore because I'd like you to live in peace and to bring you the joy and the hope of a better life here on this planet. With the help of your soul, we will build a peaceful planet. You beautiful people, beautiful heart, beautiful soul, I can feel you. You are the hope of humanity. Just be strong, just believe, and imagine a new life on this earth with all our values. We have to write down our values, common values, from the better world on this planet, free of needs and free of fear. I'll finish now by saying I love you from the bottom of my heart.
Okay, thank you, Salamia. Perhaps we can go back to the
Welcome.
back to the other Universal Council members here. It's interesting, your words ring very clear and true for me. And as you were speaking about the light in your poem, the clouds parted here. It's very cloudy, very big black clouds. It's been raining and so on and quite dull. And the clouds parted, the sun came out brightly and has been through your whole speech, your whole chat that you've been saying. The sun has been shining brightly here, and the neighbor's rooster came over and started crowing right in front of my window as well. Now that you've stopped talking, the sun has gone back. It's gone again, and the cloud is still here. So very interesting how you're saying how we can manifest what we speak, and it seemed to manifest here directly with the light that you were talking about. So thank you for shedding the light on my end of the world, on the west coast of west coast of Canada.
It's not me, it's God. It's our divine, unique divine, which create us.
Of course.
Yes, very beautiful. Very beautiful. Me too, I agree. Here is night, so I cannot say the same as Rick because there is no sun at all. but it really, I felt the sun inside. And I think it was very, very beautiful. Everything the way you said, it really touched something. Really, like you said, word of the creator. Yeah, and they always feel the right. We really feel really in harmony with, and this love, this expansion of love, and really everything was good. I don't want to talk too much about it. I even maybe recommend to close it like this, because I think we passed the 2 hours. Did we? Oh no.
Yeah, we're well past 2 hours.
Exactly. I will finish like this.
Past 3 hours now. 3 hours.
Yeah, we could continue everything the next Tuesday. I think it's been a super beautiful Tuesday. I really loved this interaction with everyone coming with ideas. You, Solomon, with this beautiful poem. Everyone presenting something their own, coming with their own ideas. I think it was good. Good, this Spaceship Institute. Space. We stay in space. I think it was really beautiful. Also, this fact that we underlined the fact that we learning how space work. So bring paradise on earth. Everything was beautiful. So unless anyone want to say anything or add anything, yeah, I'm happy to finish here and continue next week.
Got just one more contribution, a late contribution from Dean Hansen, this time the other Dean, who says, Rick, this is a plasma being I took inside of a sequoia tree this summer. So a picture of his plasma being, let me share it here. Let's make it a bit bigger. There you go, Dean's plasma being inside of a sequoia tree. So we've had lots of nice images today to meditate on. The other Dean also had the video that was very nice. And the words we've heard seem to match the videos as well. So
yeah, the video of Dean was great as well. I mean, today was brilliant, I have to say. I liked it was good. I can't wait next week.
yes, so let's go back to the main presentation. Thank you, Dean, for that lovely picture. And we'll just go back and complete today's workshop. So we're not going to do the Bengali.
Yes, we are not doing that one. So let's move on.
And we should give the invitation to people because it's been an inspiring show and there might be people interested in how can they join the Universal Council.
Yes, indeed, my dear. This is an invitation, presentation, appeal of love to all. I also want to add to join the Universal Council membership and the Universal Council support. And I would like to add, as Salamia said, value of love. We are floating in that. And one thing I must say that India, what she said about India, she only knows the mythology and there is no history. And I think I experienced the same. I experienced everything is copied, and we are living in a copied version of that. So this is what I want to share. And as you, my dear Rick, has read the guidelines of the physicality, this creates the protection of the dome of peace, the more bright violet flame, we can say, for protection of all beings. And as Stefania said, that we are universal soul, we are universal community, and this is space. This is not at all the brittle physicality. So this is what, and so I will say that salam, namaste, salute, welcome, welcome my dear beautiful souls to Keshe Plasma Space Technology Institute, an organization. Welcome to the Universal Council. Join as a Universal Council member, join as a Universal Council support member. And this is very necessary because we are all universal soul, but in the soul level, if this is a help to each other, to enhance each other in a way. As Danielle was saying, that I want to meet and friend with many others, those who want to friend. So this is what Danielle can do, that he can join the UC Universal Council membership. So this is the page of the Universal Council. Please see the violet color, the color of protection, love, enlightenment. This is so beautiful. This is the page. Please go through it. And there's the charter is written, the mandate is written. Be enlightened from within your soul. Read the mandate, read the charter. This is for all souls. And this is the sun we became. As Salamia said, we became the sun. We are the sun now. So please join. And the application is coming in a moment. This is how in the universe we can manifest colors, we have never seen before. So this is what the beauty of this knowledge is. As Dean said, knowledge of light is the key, or the creator is the key. So this is beautiful presentation by Dean, very soulful, and by Salamia. And this is the application in violet flame. And this is the application. Please fill with your soul. That is the treasure you have. Give it, share it with everybody. Please fill this soul with your soul, and all love and all light and all peace. Thank you very much. Welcome. Welcome again. Suswagatam. Thank you. Salam, namaste, salute. Thank you. There's the next slide, Rick. It will. There's a link page. Yeah. I love you too, Salamia. This is the link page to the documents of the Universal Council and Earth Council also. The link of the Universal Council Charter, the link to the mandate, the link to the Earth Council Constitution. You can go through it. It's very necessary also. And the peace roadmap, as we are walking on the ethos of the Creator. This is very necessary to be in peace, to sign the peace treaty. And in the right hand side, there is the email IDs of the all UC members now active. Please go to the website. Anybody can mail to anybody, and even the languages preferred, and we will answer as early as possible. As the Spaceship Institute organization is going on through some renovation and events, it may take some time, but we will be together very soon. Thank you, my dear ones, my dear souls. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Shweta. There was a question in the Q&A from Ezra, who had applied to be a UC representative for English for a month now, and he fears that the email is not going through. And I think that is just what you said. It takes time to get through different stages and so on. So Be patient.
Yeah, you have to be peaceful, my dear Azra. You will be paid attention very soon. You know, there's some security things are going on, which is very necessary, as you have read the guidelines of the physicality about the about all the thing happening. This is very necessary. Keep your frame on, my dear Azra. We will be in contact very soon. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Also, there was from Julie in the Q&A who says, is there anyone on the council who speaks fluent Japanese? She mentions, I created an illustration with Japanese katakana on it, promoting Mr. Keshe. I'm not 100% sure that my spelling and grammar is correct. I'm still learning. If you like to see the picture, I can provide a link.
I don't think there is a Japanese speaking universal council, but Chinese speaking is there. If there is a little similarity, you can send it to the Chinese Chinese universal council. Or any universal council. Maybe we can help somehow, because it's a picture, it's a way of expressing. Maybe we can understand. Julie,
yeah, if we can work with that in the background, maybe we can show it next week. That would be nice.
Yes, that will be nice. Yes, of course, my dear. Thank you, my dear Julie, for your work. Thank you.
Okay, I think that covers that aspect. And Q&A, is there any other questions for today? Well, perhaps we should wrap things up then. What do you think, Universal Council?
Yes.
Rick,
yes,
sorry.
Okay, Dean. Okay, go on.
Thank you. Rick, can I just say, everybody's spoken again today. There's been some very beautiful messages and some deep knowledge again shared amongst the souls. All the souls, as we know, are very connected, and I can feel that field strength sort of emanating through the core of all of us. The neutrinos, the very amino acids, the GANs within us, it's all sort of resonating. It's all coming to a field strength of where we are becoming one, and let's say just dissolving. We talk about no borders. I think there's no borders between a soul with the physicality now. I think the souls are joining, the lights are joining as one, and it's becoming one big ball, as it always has been, with back to the creation, back to the creator. So it's been a wonderful, wonderful show. I'd like to thank you all very much. If I may, I'm just going to read what's on the screen again, which is, thank you. I give freely from my soul to all souls in existence. Take what you need, the Universal Council. Thank you, Rick.
I am present. Thank you, Dean.
I am present.
I am present, Dean. Thank you.
Okay, well, thank you everybody for attending today's workshop, which has been the 145th One Nation, One Planet, One Race for World Peace for Tuesday, November 24th, 2020. It's been a great show, lots of contributions and interaction. Thank you everybody for the questions and all of your efforts today. And big thanks to the Universal Council for the work they do in the background through the week and all of the efforts that they put forward. Okay, I think that's it. Also, thank you to our co-hosts today, John and Mark, who are always working in the background as well. Okay, I think that's it. We do have the Keshe Plasma Reactor Group coming up Wednesday, 7 a.m. Central European Time, which is 10 p.m. Pacific Time on Tuesday today. And we also, of course, have the Knowledge Seekers Workshop coming up on Thursday at 9 a.m. Central European Time. And there are some other language teachings going on in between as well. You'll have to consult the various media for those particular times and places. Is there any other announcements anyone can make? Hello, John, you got a mic open.
I was just going to say thank you and be meeting you in about 24 hours time. No, 12 hours time.
Yeah, 12 hours. Short hours time, yes.
Yeah.
11 and a half to be precise. Okay, thank you. I think that's it for now. So see you all next time around. Bye for now.